Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 58 minutes of chess, so let me quickly adjust this time. The reason why I'm probably looking pretty rough is because it is currently 4 a.m. over in Busan, South Korea. So yeah, I've moved on from Japan now, so finally, the lighting quality is better. Um, yeah, I'm in a dingy little hostel, but okay, I've got like my own room, and yeah, I'm staying in a place that pretty much never sleeps. So I am contemplating whether to get food after the stream. I might do. I think also to what's the right word? To celebrate Korean culture, given that Koreans are the highest drinking, alcoholic drinking country per capita. If I manage to get 3 woodpecker exercises correct, then I will be cracking open a beer to celebrate this lifestyle. So yeah, basically, let's get into some woodpecker. Oh, and maybe before I start the woodpecker, I want to let you guys know that through my procrastination from doing this woodpecker stream, I did get a bunch of stuff done. One of which was entering the British Championships in August and renewing my ECF membership. And what I've decided to do is play in the Major Open. So that's going to be a lot of hype. Very, very excited for that. And in addition to playing in the Major Open, in case anyone fancies battling me for this title, I decided as well to enter the British Rapid Play as well. Because, I mean, it only makes sense, right? Like, the British Rapid Play, the open section, the top place price is 220 quid, right? And I mean, Rapid Play is pretty fun. It's a Saturday. Why not take a buy in the Major Open and play like a day Rapid Play? And let's have a look at who has entered the Rapid Play for 2025. If you scroll all the way down, right, you can see the under 1500. Okay, you've got 3 players. You know, if you're under 1500, definitely enter that. I mean, why not? I think it's like £220 first place for each section. The under 200, 2000, I mean, nine players. Okay, gonna be a decent event. The open tournament, one applicant. Yo, so I mean, either the event is gonna get cancelled if there's not enough people, or and if it gets cancelled, then I'll get refunded and I'll just play round 8 of the Major Open or whatever it is. And yeah, if it doesn't, then I mean, decent chances to basically pay back my entry fee and more. So I thought this would be a pretty fun way. And probably, 9 rounds of chess is a bit long. Having a day rapid to take a little break probably seems all right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I actually put together a new Chess Lifestyle upload. And I was wondering to get some opinions from you guys. If you can share in the chat or in the comments, that would be great. But what do you think of the title? Is it too long? Is it yeah? Do you think this would tempt you into watching this one? And what do you think of the thumbnail as well? I kind of used the template of the last video since that did pretty well. I thought, why not, use something similar. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And probably I will get this uploaded at some point soon, like maybe after this stream ends. I'll get this uploaded. But yeah, it's all about the topic of infection in chess, and it kind of came up in one of my lessons today, and we were filming the lesson, so I was just like, you know what, let's just edit some of it and put it into a video. Maybe some of you will learn something from it. So yeah, that was basically my procrastination today. So yeah, if you ever want to get shit done, just force yourself to train tactics, and you'll avoid training tactics so much that you'll literally get everything on your to-do list done because you just don't want to train tactics. It's like, it's really that easy. But okay, as a result, your sleep schedule kind of gets ruined because yeah, you are staying up at ridiculous hours, procrastinating. So on that note, let's solve this Aliakin position. Alright, so queen, rook, rook, queen, rook, rook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suddenly get the vibes of what if we sack the queen, give a check, and then double the rooks on this back rank. They can't even give a check. Oh, I mean, that just has to be it. Yeah, there's literally no defense. They've got one check here and we just take it. So, yeah, fantastic. Hold on a sec. What if we take and then they take here? Well, then I can take with check and then I can take the queen. That looks good. Okay, so we can take either way. Probably this is even more forcing. Wow, what a tactic. Oh my god, I almost got this wrong. And that's why you should always choose the more forcing variation, because I thought rook c8 didn't make a difference. Oh, rook c8, rook d8, you just take it and then you go rook e8 and it's the same thing. But of course, no, rook c8, then they block rook d8 and actually we're lost. So that's crazy. That's careless from me. I mean, okay, I'm pretty tired, but good that I still played the correct move based on that logic that, yeah, play whatever you know for sure is winning, as opposed to a line that, you know, gives extra variations that require you to be precise. So, yeah, good stuff. Okay, exercise 400. Let's keep going. Okay, immediately seeing this idea of queen c6. If queen takes, then we go knight check. Knight check. So I think we win a pawn out of this. Is that enough to be winning? Yeah, we ruin their structure. Looks very, very strong. The queen also defends both knights, so they can't counter-sack. No checks. Okay, let's play it. Okay, doesn't matter which one we do. And okay, a question then, do we take with the rook or do we take with the knight? Hey Gloin, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're still keeping up with your routines. Hope that's all going well. I would like to get your opinion if you're free. What do you think of the thumbnail as well as title of my next YouTube upload? I haven't made it public yet, but I'm thinking of getting some opinions on chat before I upload it. What do you think? Okay, and how do I take back with rook or knight? If I take back with rook, maybe my back rank is slightly vulnerable. I don't exactly see how, but if they could open this up and take, that would be annoying. Knight takes feels very safe. It might even be a case where it's just like both moves are fine and it'll just say alternative. I think both moves are probably fine. But, I mean, knight takes is just safer, right? We gain the tempo on the rook. I see no problem. Okay, alternative. Yeah, that was my prediction. Equally as strong. There we go. So yeah, no point debating over which move is better when they're equally as good. Made things worse with rook d7. Oh boy, that's so painful to play rook d7 here. Oh, the full title is obscured by the layout. My bad. Let me quickly show that. And welcome Faz to the stream. I'm getting some opinions on my next YouTube upload. What do you think of using a thumbnail similar to my last upload? And what do you guys think of the title? Would love to hear your opinions before releasing this one. Basically, it's just a snippet from one of my lessons, which, I mean, it's a complete snippet. I think you guys will learn something. I mean, even Faz, like, even though, you know, you're probably stronger than me, you know, all things considered, but I think this topic actually is a very interesting one that you may not have come across. So yeah, would be curious to hear. But yeah, let's keep going. I think if we get the next one right, we're actually cracking open a beer, which sounds pretty good. So, as per my own rules at the start of the stream, I mean, immediately you see ideas of like taking on e6, but this one I feel like there are a few different candidate moves that look somewhat tempting. So, let's calculate here. We've got queen, rook, rook, knight against queen, rook, rook, bishop. We've got equal pawns, different pawn structure. This queen can potentially come in here in some lines where like this opens up. So we should be looking for this kind of stuff. Title was okay, but red text in the title is not very visible. Maybe add a white outline around the text there. Okay, good shout, good shout. Make that red text more visible. Got it. And looks intriguing. Okay, that's what I love to hear. I think you'll like it. I think it's pretty direct and it's pretty nice. But okay. Okay, so what do I do next? So, anything else to note about the position? We've got some potential checks. We've got some checks on e6. Both rooks can capture. What other moves? Maybe rook a7, maybe rook d6. Maybe queen h5, just adding more pressure. What would black want to do? They probably want a castle. This guy is hanging. Maybe this is hanging. So candidate moves. I mean, we've got to look at all of the checks. We've got to look at all of the captures. Maybe some threats like queen h5. And something should be working there already. So let's just look at some checks. What about knight c7? I mean, you know, it's equal material, so this could already be enough if it's winning. I feel like queen takes is practically forced. Do we actually have a win here? Maybe rook e6, pawn e6, rook e6, king f7. Not quite, right? Knight f6 is pawn f6. Again, doesn't feel so clear. Okay, rook e6. If we go pawn e6. Now at this moment we've got several different checks. Oh god, like when there's so many different checks, it's so difficult for me to consider cleanly. I mean, I guess another idea is this rook d6, because if queen takes, maybe I can just give this discovered check and pick up the queen, but then they got king e7. Really struggling. And this imbalance of taking here and then giving the check, I mean, doesn't feel like it's enough to just have queen and pawn against two rooks. I mean, the king is exposed, but the pawn's that weak. I mean, maybe we can go queen e2 and pick up b5. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. Play this. It's very forcing. And then just queen e2 and say we're better. I mean, I feel like we are. And I really don't see what's winning. Queen h5? I mean, they can't take on d5 because we take here. I think you can probably just play g6 or something, but no, they can't because of knight f6. So is queen h5 actually strong? What if they just castle? I mean, another idea is queen f3 maybe on the line of this, but they just castle again. I think we just have to go for that long line and just say that's the best we've got. Okay, let's try this one. Oh wow, so they actually avoid that by playing this instead. But here we can still go rook check. And it should be the same, right? Queen takes, knight takes. Should still be the same. They can't throw an intermezzo because then I can block with the knight and play c4. So yeah, this is just the same. And then queen e2. Wow, okay. So here... And it just stops there. That's crazy. I mean, was it queen e2? Was this the line that was working for me? Queen e2, yeah, with this idea. I mean, this is... Oh, to play queen f3. Okay, but then you do some, like, weird stuff to, like, weaken the king / get in, and you'll probably win a pawn anyway, but queen takes b5 is very reasonable. Especially as something you calculate from afar. You just want something concrete that looks good. Yeah, okay, nice that we got this one. We understood this queen versus 2 rooks. 12:58 a.m. in India. I am so sorry, Pranay. Well, if it's any consolation, it's 4:30 in the morning for me, so life sucks. Okay, checkmate chat. You got it. Fantastic. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Haven't seen you here before. Black can't take second rook because of knight c7-4. I mean, it's not completely clear to me. Like, I think you need to see that you win the b5 pawn. Or at least acknowledge that, you know, black's king is weak. The pawns are actually not so strong, so that justifies the queen. Yeah, strong against the rooks when they're not coordinated. That's also a factor as well. The factor that I always heard is, like, if the king is weak, the pawns are weak, then queen is normally better. Cool. Okay, in that case, I got 3 right in a row, so let's open a beer. Which means probably I'm going to get food later. Let's get one of these. So, for anyone who missed the start of the stream, I am in Busan in Seoul. Not in Seoul, in South Korea. And there's a big drinking culture in Korea. So I shall be drinking every day to commemorate the culture that is Korean culture. Nah, I won't be drinking every day, but you know, enjoy a beer. Why not? So, cheers, guys. Yeah, and this Korean lager called Hanmak, man, it is like the smoothest beer I've ever drunk. Like, it actually tastes so good. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the taste of beer, but this I've never tried it before. This Korean lager is unbelievable. Actually really good. Okay, let's see how the beer affects my ability to think. I mean, given how the shogi update I shared with you on stream on Wednesday went with the beer, like, I can imagine it having some effect, but I mean, for calculation specifically, it's probably not a good thing. So we'll have to see. Okay. Okay, let's think. So queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight, queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white is a pawn down. The pawns in front of our king are very exposed. We do have bishop and queen on the line of the king. Pressure on g6 from the knight as well. Queen, rook, battery. Undeveloped pieces. Bishop on pre. Knight is loose. King is exposed on the same color as bishop. Likewise for the black king. Rook on the line of a queen. Rook on the line of a knight. Okay, so lots of things to note at the start of this position. Definitely it feels like some kind of combination followed by rook e7 or something would be nice. So what candidate moves are there? We've got bishop takes g6, we've got knight takes g6. I mean, bishop g6 looks nice because then you expose the queen, right? So if bishop g6 and they take with knight, then maybe now rook e7 could be a really cute idea because the knight can't take back due to the pin. If the queen takes, then we can take on g6 with check and king h8. Do we have a follow-up? Probably queen h6 check. If queen h7, then we've got knight g6 check, king g8, and queen f8 checkmate. So bishop g6, knight g6, we've got rook e7. If queen e7, queen g6, king h8, queen h6. If they don't block and they go king g8, do we have a follow-up here? I mean, we could go knight g6. That forks the queen and rook, and if they block, then we can trade once take. And then what's the imbalance at the end there? Maybe we're just a piece down, right? They still got bishop and rook, and we've got a rook. So, hold up. So bishop here. I realize I'm tunnel visioning quite badly, but it does look like such a cute idea, this rook e7. Really want to make it work. Queen here, queen takes. I guess we could also take with a knight. Also take with a knight. But if we take with a knight, I mean, we've sacked so much material. Bishop g6, knight g6, rook e7, queen e7, queen g6, king h8. Queen h6, king g8. So annoying, but it's not quite winning. Yeah, maybe it's just not working. Maybe it's just not working. So, bishop g6, knight g6. Do we have any other candidates? Maybe we can change the move order slightly. Doesn't look that way. Okay, what about knight g6 to start? If knight g6 to start, they can also take on e4, but then we take the rook, queen takes, and we pick up the knight. No, we don't, because they can block. Right, I'm saying knight g6, pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes, knight blocks on g6. So we've looked at bishop g6, we've looked at knight g6. Maybe bishop takes d5 as a capture as well. But bishop d5, knight takes d5? Do you really have something there? Don't think so. Man, I don't know. I mean, it has to be bishop g6. It's definitely going to be bishop g6, but how do I make it work? Bishop g6, knight g6. What else can I try? Rook e7, queen e7. What about, let's actually look at knight g6. Right, so bishop g6, knight g6, rook e7, queen e7. We've lost a bishop and a rook for a pawn at this stage. But when we go knight takes g6, so, okay, we've got a pawn for a rook, essentially. And in that position, they can block on d5 with the queen. We can then take on f8 with check. They can then play king g8. Or maybe king g7 is even more precise, because then if we trade queens, then our knight is trapped at the end. Which doesn't look so good. Man, I don't know. I don't believe it's the fault of a beer. I think it's just a difficult exercise. That's my opinion. Bishop g6. What about bishop g6, knight g6, knight takes g6? And if queen takes g6, now rook e7? Because they can't block with rook f7. And they can't move the king. Oh, so that's probably just it. I mean, I just didn't consider this knight takes g6 properly. Which I probably just should have. Because, I mean, we hit the rook as well. Well, what if they play, like, rook g8 or something? Well, then I've got a discovery with the queen, right? surely there's going to be a good discovered check that does something. Maybe like knight e7. So I mean that's just it. Knight takes g6 and queen here. We just go rook e7 now. Yeah, that looks very good. Okay, and if they move, then at the very least I saw that I can take this. But maybe rook e7 is even stronger. Is rook e7 stronger? I mean, rook e7... They go queen f6. I mean, it looks like a useful move to throw in before taking on f8. Because rook e7, if queen f6, then we can still take on f8. And if king takes, then we can bring in the queen or something. And then we lose the rook, so maybe don't do that. Maybe just take the damn rook. What's the material like if we take the damn rook? Oh, I'm so tempted just to take the damn rook. I mean, rook e7, queen f6. It's just not working. Maybe there's some fancy rook h7 or something, but it's just so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Just take the rook. Just take the rook. Let's see if there was any fancy schmancy rook e7. Rook e7 here would still be winning. Okay, queen f6. Is rook h7 working? No, it's completely not working. Maybe in a blitz game it would work. Yeah, but it's still winning after f5. But yeah, completely unnecessary. And what else is there to note? Yeah, rook e7 doesn't work because queen e7, queen g6, king h8, queen h6, king g8, queen g7. Yeah, this is what I calculated. And I can see a win here, so... what is Faz saying with rook e7, knight f8? Is this at the end here? That I was saying at the end? If rook e7... Wait. Oh, I'm so confused. What was I even saying after rook e7? Oh yeah, rook e7, queen f6, right? Oh, and on knight takes f8, then just queen takes e7. Right, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have looked into that analysis a bit further. Maybe Michael forgot rook e7, rook f7. Rook f7, what? The queen is pinned so cannot recapture. Yeah, I think that might have been the reason why it took me so long to begin with. Okay, everyone sees it. Yeah, that's very funny. How does it compare to the British beer options? Oh man, there's no comparison. It's so much nicer. Yeah, useful to tell myself to calculate the most direct line first. I think it just felt intuitively wrong to make so many trades on g6. But definitely, yeah, it's a bad habit to tunnel vision like I did. But okay, let's keep going. We did get it correct, so we'll take that. Also, I'm not a coffee drinker. Caffeine really messes me up, so definitely prefer any other substance than caffeine. Welcome Josh to the stream as well. And welcome Bob B. Good to see you here as well. So, okay, more Alekin getting wrecked, so black to play. I mean, rook takes b2 is just like so crying to be played. I mean, if rook takes, then we just go queen check, and then we just take, and everything is winning. And if they take with the queen, well, then we just win a queen. And you would hope that this is a winning resulting position, but we should still look. So, well, okay, if they take with the rook, then we get checkmate even. So, rook b2, queen takes b2, knight takes b2, king takes b2 is then forced. I mean, something should be dropping here. I mean, at the very least, we can play this check. They go king c2, we push c3. I mean, the king is weak. Yeah, we just play this. We just play this, no question. I mean, maybe you can try to get fancy with something else, but why bother? I mean, this is just completely winning. Yeah. Yeah, we should take here. Okay, they don't even stop to consider. Okay, that sounds very nice. What is the name of the site? Our weekly or tri-weekly question. Welcome, Obaid Salah, to the stream. This is the woodpecker method on the website Chessable. So if you want to find out what Chessable is, I have a link in my description to my own course on Chessable, and then from there you can look up the woodpecker method if you like. Hoot hoot, indeed. Rook b2, exactly. Just finished a run, fantastic. Glad to hear you're getting some exercise in, Josh. That's something I definitely aspire to do. So, our first instinct is, of course, giving this check. Very forcing. It forces rook h2. And because it's so forcing, let's just indulge ourselves and look into it a bit more. Okay, but I'm not seeing the follow-up so cleanly. So let's actually stop and think. I mean, for instance, a really nice like in-between move might be like rook e3 now. For instance, if knight takes and then we go rook takes and then the queen moves somewhere, and then now we give this check, and maybe that changes something. But the problem is the queen is still on the line of defending this rook, so maybe that's not it. Okay, let's spend a bit more time. So what's going on? 3-6, 3-5. Okay, so we're pawn up. Got the bishop against the knight. Bishop is cutting off the king. Got this beautiful square on h3 that we want to use. There is only one move to defend. So what potential moves work? Okay, we need to look at all of our checks, so even rook h4 should probably be considered. Rook e2, trying to block the rook, maybe makes some sense as well. And probably that's going to be it, right? Because if rook takes, then there's some coordination that's broken, right? So if rook takes, now we give the check, but then they reconnect their pieces, so maybe it's not this. I guess on rook e2, I also introduced like these new squares to attack and give check. But again, doesn't feel right. Doesn't look right either when I try calculate. I wonder if this long line is winning, actually, if we play rook e1. Right? If they take my queen, then maybe I can... Ah, no, they just take back with the queen. Missed that. Okay, the beer is having very negative effects towards my calculation, but probably very strong effects towards my blitz. Or shogi calculation, clearly. I mean, okay, probably the biggest factor here is the fact that it's 4 in the morning. That's probably the reason why this is a struggle. Oh, man. So okay, what? I mean, rook h4 didn't do anything, right? They just take it and nothing has changed to our advantage, at least. So we have this rook e3, rook e2. I mean, rook e3... They just go knight takes. Go rook takes. They go like queen b5 or something. Crazy stuff. How's this not like more clean? Ah, okay, maybe let's look at these more forcing variations. So if we go rook e2 and takes, and we actually continue with captures, and they take back with the queen, and now we go queen h3. Then, if they block with the queen, then we take and then we mate. Yeah, so again, it's just following those forcing lines, even though... And this is the annoying thing, though, because it's like, sure, yeah, this exercise, that was the correct answer. The last exercise that I also struggled on, it was the correct answer. But in practice... I mean, you've got this principle where you want to keep the attackers for the attack, and trading off the attackers is generally not a good idea because your attack runs out of steam. So I do wonder, like, you know, how good is it to really have this as your intuition to just trade pieces like this? But okay, I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, no two ways about it. And this is very, very forcing. So I guess if it's just so forcing, just consider it. Like, yeah. So I'm guessing chat also got this one pretty quick. Let's have a look. How long have you been doing woodpecker method for? I mean, which week are you in? So I haven't actually been solving the woodpecker exercises in cycles, which the book recommends. I've been just doing these as puzzles, essentially, to train my calculation. And I've been doing this since start of June, I think. Either start of June or... No, start of May, I think. Start of May, actually. So it's been almost 2 months of doing this woodpecker. Yeah, rookie 2, queen e2, queen h3. Yep. I think that's what Bob was saying. Unless but I'm probably just misreading chat. Okay, yeah, Faz accepts the L, and the line is right. Yeah, it's just looking at this forcing line all the way through. Okay, I'm glad to see that Faz didn't see it. I mean, it's just a forcing line all the way to the end. It's just intuitively weird. I think that's my issue with it. Welcome Anukama to the chat. Hope you can get something out of this training. Is that really true though? Because you also trade defenders. That's true, but I mean, from the defending side, you want to trade off attackers. I mean, of course, yeah, it's a balance, but in general, the trading off one attacker and one defender normally favors the defender. I mean, this at least is the principle that I understand. But yeah, I mean, I guess it depends how key that defender is. And I guess, yeah, maybe these defending rooks were like more key than the attacking rooks. So maybe that is a fair point to consider. Okay, what's going on here? We've got bishop pair, we've got 2 knights. We've got equal pawns, different pawn structure. Their king is still in the center, so of course knight f7 ideas immediately jump out. We can kind of bring the queen via a4 or h5. Bishop on b7 is loose. Black's 2 moves away from castling. White is fully developed except for their queen and rooks. So how to tie all of this in together? I guess knight takes c4 could be a nice way to win a pawn if knight takes is somehow losing. I mean, maybe queen a4 check. Tries to pick up the pawn. Seems pretty nice, actually. I mean, if I can't see a way that, you know, just obliterates black, like if knight f7 is winning or something, but don't see why it should be. Pretty happy with just winning this pawn. Just trying to look for more candidate moves. d5. Don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm happy to just take this. Okay, alternatives. So maybe there is another idea that's a bit more tactical. The other idea I had was like a4, a5. Feels like a useful idea. But a bit slow. Oh, can we... No, I mean, I'm literally just coming up with the same answer again. I was like changing the move order somehow and literally getting to the same move. That's funny. I mean, d5 also looks really strong. Although then they can take with the knight, but then we can go queen a4 check. I mean, d5 has to be winning. I mean, I don't need to calculate. I mean, I should calculate it, but it also feels winning, to be honest. d5, knight d5, queen a4, king e7. I stopped there in my head. Rook a d1 with a winning attack. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But Alekhine won a pawn. So, okay, I played like Alekhine in this position. Queen a4, queen d7. But the bishop pair along the diagonal gave some compensation. Okay, so d5 is just stronger. I wonder if anyone said d5 in chat. I mean, it's very anti-Woodpecker. I think the official Woodpecker method puzzles are too hard for spaced repetition, but good calculation puzzles. Yeah, interesting take, Dark Side Chess. Yeah, I think it just really depends on your level. I mean, probably for a certain level of player, this would be ideal for spaced repetition. And for certain levels of play, it's better as calculation. I think it just depends on the player. And for me, actually, like, I'm enjoying them just as calculation exercises myself, to be honest. Knight c4, yeah. So, okay, we all take the pawn, but Faz did point out that don't like it intuitively to get the pawn. Black has ridiculous compensation. I did not feel the levels of ridiculous compensation, to be honest. I mean, it's a bishop pair, but, like, we're still going to be playing, like, d5, and I guess the bishops are only going to improve after that. Yeah, maybe it's sloppy from me to just feel so happy about this resulting position. Yeah, this is winning. Let's actually just find out, concretely, is it actually as winning as the book says it is. d5 plus 3, fair enough. And what was the line? It was takes and then queen a4, king e7, rook d1. Okay, rook d1 apparently. Okay, I mean, Chessable Stockfish is debating. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this is probably the better way to go. I mean, yeah, when you win a pawn, but your opponent has play, it's definitely not as easy to convert as you may think. Whereas if you keep an attack going, I mean, it's very, very difficult for the defender to hang on. So, yeah, nice exercise there. Okay, let's have a look at how Alekhine won the Simmel. So, we are actually a piece down, but we have a pawn for it. Obviously, our pieces are lined up against the king side. Bishop takes h6 is the move that jumps out. And I think we just calculate it, right? Because bishop h6, if the king moves back somewhere like g8 or h8, at the very least, we can regain some material with taking on f8. And then I think we'd get 2 pawns and a rook for 2 pieces, which is not definitive compensation, but it's definitely something. So bishop h6, let's imagine they take us back. And we go queen e3. They go king g7, which is forced because king h5 is met by queen g5. So bishop h6, king h6, queen e3, king g7. Go queen g5 check. King h8 forced. Queen h6 check. King g8 forced. And then probably knight g5. And I can't imagine black survives after knight g5. Nah, there's no way. Unless there are some counter checks. Maybe they've got like queen f4 there, right? Bishop h6, queen e3, king g7, queen g5, king h8, queen h6, king g8, knight g5, queen f4, just king b1. Yeah, it looks very good. So bishop h6, king g8. Is there anything better than taking? I mean, if they have to move back, I mean, we win a pawn and we still have a big attack. So, unless queen e3 is just winning on the spot, trying to take on h6, but you give the opponent some options, right? They can play like knight g8 or something. Feels too risky. Let's go for the forcing line. Okay, so they did go back, and I guess now this is a moment to just stop and think. Do we want to just cash out and win this rook, or do we want to achieve something different? What about a move like queen e3? Just being very blunt about our goals. I mean, maybe they play like knight h7, try and deal with it. I mean, it looks promising. I'd hate to be black, but... And if we just take the rook, I mean, yeah, advantage definitely isn't clear. So, alright, queen e3. Is knight h7 the only move? I guess queen e3, we can go knight g4 as well. That might be very annoying. Yeah, queen e3, knight g4 is very annoying. So maybe queen d2. If knight g4, then we can take on f8, take back with the king or something. Life goes on. Don't know, not quite seeing it. Oh, man. Not seeing it. I mean, could it be something as ridiculous as g4 here? Just basically say that, yeah, we're going to push these pawns and we're going to win. g4, I don't think they can take us. Knight takes g4, that has to be lost. I mean, maybe it's not. I mean, g4, knight takes, and they can follow up with some f5 at some point, but... Nah, I mean... I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, I could also start knight e5, g4, g5, I mean, looks very strong. Maybe knight e5 actually looks best, actually. So how do they deal with knight e5? I mean, they can't move the knight without allowing, like, queen g4. Looks very strong. I'm vibing with knight e5, to be honest. Followed up with some g4 ideas. Looks crushing. I mean, if they move the rook to save their rook, there's no way they survive this, surely. There's no way they survive, like, g4, g5. Let's play it. Okay, knight e5, damn. I'm actually surprised that that's the correct line. King h6, queen e3, queen g5, queen h6, and rook e5. Okay, I mean, in this position, I suggested knight g5. I mean, I think knight g5 is good enough. Oh, it's not good enough. Oh, Jesus. Queen f4 is actually stronger than I thought. I thought we'd just go king b1 and life is chilling. Knight c4? What has that got to do with anything? How is this not checkmate? That's crazy. Oh, there's all these pieces and it's not checkmate? That's ridiculous. I mean, this is why I struggle with the attack. Yeah, that's disgusting how that's not actually checkmate. I thought this would somehow lead somewhere. But I guess not. Crazy. So yeah, I did not see rook e5. That would have been a very nice thing to have seen. Yeah, rook e5 is a very nice lift. Yeah, knight e5 turns out to be top move. I mean, knight e5 kind of like pieced everything together. I mean, this king h8, I mean, surely at the very least, yeah, g4 is top move. Let's go. I mean, this is what felt right. And I mean, I think that's the thing. That's why, like, I think attacking in rapid is, like, you know, doable for me. Because I can kind of just trust my gut a bit more. Because you don't have to calculate everything. But whereas when I try and attack and I have to calculate, then it's like I start to doubt myself and then things get tough. I don't know if that's still true nowadays. But that definitely was true, like, back in the day. What are people saying on this one? Why do you only do Woodpecker, not Chess Tempo or something? Chess Tempo I never really got into. I feel like maybe I should, but somehow like you can't check your answers with an engine. right? You have to like export the PGN onto Lichess or something and check it. It's just a bit too much faff. I think if they had engine built in to check for puzzles, then I would probably do chess tempo for sure. Yeah, a specific course called Woodpecker. Exactly. King G8 95. Oh, 95. So not 95. 95 even better than 95. It stops queen defending G3 square. Man, I didn't even think about G3 square. What's G3 square got to do with anything? I thought there'd be a mate. Damn, yeah, exactly. Crazy how there's not a mate. Okay, let's keep going, guys. More Alyakin, this time against Spielman. This time Spielman to win. Fantastic. Big up, Mr. Spielman. Instinct is just to sack the rook. Rook c3 and just take on here and just be like, somehow I'm winning. I mean, it looks very promising, to be honest. But probably we should be a bit more careful. But I mean, literally, what else is there to do? I mean, that knight is so strong there. I mean, how can you not play that? I mean, the queen is protecting here. I mean, what else do you try here? Literally feels like the only idea. So rook c3, pawn c3, knight e4. Let's say they go rook e2. And then we take on f2 with what? Probably the knight. Again, my instinct is to keep on the attackers. Keep the queen, rook, and knight in the attack. Oh, it looks absolutely awful for white. I mean, knight f2 even attacks the rook. I mean, yeah, that's just over. That's surely over. Yeah, no, we're just sacking. We're just sacking. If we sack, can they try anything else? Don't have any checks. Try e5. Then we can still go knight e4. We can just ignore e5. Yeah, we sack the rook. Okay. Very nice. Let's go. So if rook d4... Oh, I didn't consider rook d4, actually. That's an interesting way to block the queen. What would I have done? I mean, queen b2 feels like the instinct here. Rook takes f2. Wow. Okay. Rook takes f2. White cannot defend c3 in a good way. Okay. Spielman took on c3, which wins back the exchange of a pawn on f2. Surprisingly, he agreed to a draw a few moves later. Wild. I mean, you're playing a world champion, I guess. Things get a bit nervy. Queen b2, and I blunder everything. Oh, because I blunder e6. Yeah, I completely forgot my queen had a responsibility over here. Yeah, and it comes with check as well. Yeah, it's very annoying. But also, I mean, you need to find f3, I guess. I guess it's not forced. And somehow this isn't actually leading somewhere. Again, this looks very promising. Rook h3, rook f3 is just not enough. I mean, sack back the rook, get rid of your knight. Yeah. And then now it looks like maybe black's the one getting mated. God, who knows? Yeah. I mean, the fact that a4 is a move in this position is just so ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, a4, why can't we play something like this? And again, they'll just take him, and the best we've got is Pat. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. So yeah, rook f2 was actually best here. Rook f2. I mean, I probably should have spent longer on this position. Queen b2 is very careless. Yeah, don't know. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, if they take them, we've got this discovery. And otherwise, yeah, we've just got great pressure. Like, if they move their king out the way, there's queen c7. We can take on c3. You can even drop the rook back to f6 so that then the queen can move. Yeah, this configuration is just stronger than the rook, given how weak the king is. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Very nice. Did everyone suggest rook takes c3, rook c4, knight rook c3, knight e4 is instinct. Yeah, agreed, Faz. Okay, let's keep it going. White to play. Also, guys, now that we've got more people on chat, let me quickly show you guys my next upload. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I want to get your opinions on the thumbnail and the title. We already had someone mention in chat that the red writing maybe could be a little bit clearer on the thumbnail. I tried to keep the template of my last video, but since that kind of caught some people's eyes, maybe they'll see the similar thumbnail and click on it as well. So yeah, any thoughts about the thumbnail or the title? Would appreciate your feedback before this goes live. I'll probably upload it at the end of the stream. But okay, for now, let's do one final exercise. Okay. We got queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight, queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. White to play. And also, for anyone who missed the start of the stream, I'm going to be playing in the Major Open at the British, so very exciting times. Yeah. Actually kind of looking forward to the challenge, how that goes. Instinct is rook check. Because if rook takes, then I can go rook takes, king e7, rook check here, which will then force here. But then, yeah, I don't get vibes that this is going to work out necessarily, so we should be a bit more careful. Of course, knight h6 looks tempting as well, so okay, what the hell is going on? So we worked out that black is a pawn up, and candidate moves. Before candidate moves, what else is there to note? I mean, the queen is loose, underdeveloped, got the battery, got the fork, got some pressure, maybe got some pressure somehow. And why do I want to say that this square is actually key? Maybe it's like some bishop d7 or rook d7, like maybe some faint memory of some d7 action is significant. I don't know if I've even done this puzzle before. I don't know if I ever got to 400. I mean, if Fritz was here, he can tell me. He remembers the puzzles that I've done. I don't even remember if I've seen it before. God, I'm so tired. Maybe knight h6. Okay, so what candidates are there? I mean, our rook is literally hanging. We don't want to lose that. So rook d8 check is one candidate. Any other checks? We do not have any other checks, although we should keep this in mind, potentially. So we got rook d8 check. Knight h6 could be a candidate. I mean, rook d7 doesn't look so good. Maybe we got bishop d3 or bishop d7, but again, doesn't look so good. Let's look at his knight h6. Let's look at his knight h6. If knight h6, they take our rook, we take their queen. So knight h6, if they move their queen, we take the rook on f7. Maybe they take our rook. So maybe it's not completely clear, but we do have the move. I mean, it looks promising. So knight h6, just for now, let's assume that they take us. Knight h6, pawn takes h6. Now the g file is opened, and our queen controls it. So maybe now rook d8 check. If rook takes, king e7. Again, not completely clear. I mean, go queen g8. Is the king in a mating net there? Maybe it is. Right, maybe it is. Like knight h6, pawn h6. Rook check. If rook takes, king e7 forced, and then queen g8. Is this winning? And do you see how my memory and pattern recognition is so stupid? Like how I remember there's something on d7 is probably just a completely different puzzle. Nothing to do with this one. This looks pretty strong. How do you even defend like this threat? Don't even see a way. So does move order matter? Do we want to throw in this check first and then play knight? If we get the trade, and then king e7 and then knight h6. Is that a better version than knight h6 immediately? It's knight h6 immediately, maybe they just move the queen somewhere, and then when we take, they take, and then maybe we don't have a follow-up. Whereas if we start with the check, and then play knight here. If they take our rook, we take their queen. They don't have any counter checks. If they move the queen somewhere, we take the rook, protecting the rook on d8. So that looks very promising. So, okay. Rook d8. What if they don't take? What if they just play king e7 immediately? Do we look at our extremely forcing lines of rook d7? Knight takes, rook takes. King somewhere. Oh, Jesus Christ. Rook d8, king e7. Why is there not a simpler win? Probably is one. e7. Jesus. Rook d8, king e7. I mean, what do we do there? I mean, I guess that's one advantage of starting knight h6, right? Because if pawn takes, and then we do rook d8, king e8, then maybe at least we have queen g8. With dangerous threats in the air. Maybe that's the finesse then. Rook d8 if king e7 immediately, then knight h6. What happens there? I mean, if they take, maybe we can take. Still looks very promising. Because taking on f7 still defends on d8. I think rook d8 and then knight h6 is better. Yeah. So they actually took, which I don't think I agree with. And then my idea was to give this attack. And then go queen g8. Okay, so we got that all right. And let's imagine if they started... Oh, wow. So we did better than Yates, which is pretty fantastic. But it allowed queen c8. Crazy. What a resource. Okay, white still has an initiative. While the game continuation went rook d8 check. Wow, after this queen c8. Queen d8, rook d8, rook d8, knight f7, king f7 with compensation, and black eventually won. That is ridiculous. I guess in this case, yeah, the king is, I guess, just about safe enough. And white doesn't have a way in, but I don't believe. I mean, he gives unclear. I mean, I feel like white is still better, surely. Like, plus 1.5, at least. Oh, I'm so good at chess. I'm so good at chess. Okay, 1.37. I mean, I couldn't get closer than that. I'm not gonna suggest something. I mean, round it to the nearest 0.5, I'm bang on. So, yeah. Unclear is very, very generous, I think. But rook d8... What happens if they just played king e7? Was it just knight h6? This is what I was preparing. Yeah, knight h6, only winning move. Let's fucking go. Let's go, ladies and gents. Let's go. God, that's tragic if queen d3 is top move. Yeah, my idea was queen g8, only winning move. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that's a really nice one to finish on because, yeah, we managed to do well. And let me quickly check what people thought about the title of the video, if anyone even commented on it. God, I'm scrolling back a while and I don't see anyone commenting on it. think. Yeah, I think everyone's too focused on the chess, which is fair enough. I will also be playing Major Open in British Championship. Do it fast. Imagine if you win, right? I feel like, to be honest, like when I compare it to the 2023 or 2024 entry list, I feel like it's a lot less stacked. Maybe I just don't know of the new underrated players, but I think compared to previous years, it's not as strong. So I think there's actually genuine chance. I think I'm literally going to be 10th seed in the Major Open, which is quite ridiculous. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great event. I'm seriously looking forward to it, and yeah, enter if you like us. I would love to see you there. We can play in the final round. That would be great. So on that note, guys. I do see one comment from Josh. I think white writing would contrast better with the black instead of the red. Fair. Okay, I will take this into consideration, and I will probably try and upload this video before I sleep. So, yeah, check out this video soon. I will have a think about what I do with the thumbnail, and yeah, let you guys enjoy this one. So, on that note, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will probably still do a video or a stream on the rest of my analysis of my Grand Prix games. I know it's kind of been a while, but I kind of want to finish analyzing those at some point. And yeah, I guess see you on Monday. Okay, bye guys.